boys and girls. I'm so glad to be back with you. Do you notice a difference in our colors today? We are in the season of Lent, and you are going to see purple. Get it? I'm so excited for you guys to get ready for Lent and be in Lent and work on the things that you've decided to do for Lent. Give something up, change something about ourselves, maybe pray a little more. I hope your Lenten journey is going well. But let's get started with our opening song. Sing along with me. Come into his presence with thanksgiving in our hearts and give him praise, and give him praise. Come into his presence with thanksgiving in our hearts, our voices raised, our voices raised. Give glory and honor and power unto him, Jesus, the name above all names. Sing that last part. Jesus, the name above all names. All right, remember, we quiet our bodies, we quiet our mouths, and we open up our ears and our heart to the word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. May I keep the word of the Lord on my mind, on my lips, and in my heart. Not long before the Jewish festival of Passover, Jesus went to Jerusalem. There he found people settling cattle, sheep, and doves in the temple. He also saw money changers sitting at their tables. So he took some rope and made a whip. Then he chased everyone out of the temple together with their sheep and cattle. He turned over the tables of the money changers and scattered their coins. Jesus said to the people who had been selling doves, "Get those doves out of here. Don't make my Father's house a marketplace." The disciples then remembered that the scriptures say, "My love is for your house burns in me like a fire." The Jewish leaders asked Jesus, "What miracle will you work to show us why you have done this?" "Destroy this temple," Jesus answered. "In 3 days I will build it again." The leaders replied, "It took 46 years to build this temple. What makes you think you can rebuild it in 3 days?" But Jesus was talking about his body as a temple. And when he was raised from death, his disciples remembered what he had told them. Then they don't believe the scriptures and the words of Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm so excited to be back again with you today. During Lent, we have our beautiful purple back here today. So let's start talking about today's gospel. In today's gospel, Jesus meets a woman at a well. So first of all, let's talk about what a well is. So today you can just go to your tap and turn on your faucet and you would get water coming out of it. In Jesus' time, they didn't have just a tap at their house where they could just turn it on and the water was right there. They had to go to the well in town and they would pull the water up and then they would carry it back to their house. And then they would use their water for doing their dishes, bathing, drinking, all the things that we use water for today. So that's where Jesus met this woman. The other thing that is important to know about this gospel before we really understand it is that this was a Samaritan woman and Jesus was a Jewish man. Back in that time, Samaritans and Jewish people were not friends and they did not talk to one another. And unrelated men and women didn't talk to one another. That was not a common thing for that to happen. So it was a pretty big deal that Jesus was going up and talking to this woman. So I bet she was probably pretty surprised to have a man she didn't know, and a Jewish man at that, coming up and talking to her at this well. It's important to know what Jesus tells her. Jesus told the Samaritan woman about the living water and that only he could give it to her. So who was Jesus talking about? He was talking about himself. He was telling her that he is the living water. So think about when you're very thirsty. Water makes you feel really cool, right? It's just tastes so good. It gets really hot here in Bakersfield in the summertime, and that ice cold glass of water, it just cools you off and makes you feel so refreshed. Makes your dry mouth feel all better, and you're able to just like be re-energized again. So when Jesus says that he is the living water, we can think of his presence being like a drink after you're super, super thirsty. You're so thirsty and you have that dry mouth and you really want that water, and Jesus can give you and quench that thirst for you. He refreshes us and he satisfies us, and he re-energizes us. After the conversation with Jesus, the woman went out and she told all of the people in her town about him. She went out and spread the good news of Jesus to all the people. We can do the same as this woman. We know about Jesus and we know that he is the living water. So we're called to also go out and spread the word of Jesus. Our souls are thirsting for Jesus. And so don't you think other people's souls are thirsting for Jesus too? And wouldn't it be great to go out and share all of that? If you're thirsty and you have an ice cold water and you know that somebody else is really thirsty, wouldn't it be nice to go and fill up a glass of water for them too? So that's the same thing we should do with Jesus. If we thirst for him and we know how he can re-energize and revitalize us, we need to go out and spread the word of Jesus and tell him about others so that they can be re-energized and drink from the living water as well. See you next time, boys and girls.
Well, boys and girls, we have a special song for the Lenten season. Some of you may know this, but I'm going to go through it slowly, and we have a couple verses. All right? So it's Come, Lord Jesus. And we sing, Come, Lord Jesus, come. Can you sing that with me? Come, Lord Jesus, come. And we're going to sing, Help me show your love in my life. Okay? It's doing acts of good work and charity and maybe almsgiving. All these little things we're going to be doing throughout Lent that's going to bring us closer to Christ. So we're going to sing, Help me show your love in my life. All right, here we go. Come, Lord Jesus, come. Help me show your love in my life. Hold me close, Lord, hold me tight. And come, Lord Jesus, come. You got it? All right, let's sing it all the way through. Come, Lord Jesus, come. Help me show your love in my life. Hold me close, Lord, hold me tight. And come, Lord Jesus, come. Now we're going to sing the very same thing in the beginning, but then the next verse is going to say, Fill my heart with your life, right? Sometimes we kind of get down and out, and like Jesus healing the leper, giving all that good grace, we need to rest and replenish and rebuild. So we're asking him to come and fill our hearts with his life, and it rejuvenates us and gets us back out there again. All right, here we go. Come, Lord Jesus, come. Come and fill my heart with your life. Hold me close, Lord, hold me tight. And come, Lord Jesus, come. All right, we're going to sing this all the way through. If you're not standing up, stand up for me. All right, you ready? Here we go. Come, Lord Jesus, come. Help me show your love in my life. Hold me close, Lord, hold me tight. And come, Lord Jesus, come. Come, Lord Jesus, come. Fill my heart with your life. Hold me close, Lord, hold me tight. And come, Lord Jesus, come. And come, Lord Jesus, come. All right, boys and girls, go out. Walk in Jesus' footsteps, spread the love, show Jesus' love this Lenten season. We will see you next time.